Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is October 3rd, 2018, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, starting out at 10:30 South African time, services PMI number coming out of United Kingdom, and then it's all US starting from 4 o'clock South African time. ISM non-manufacturing PMI number coming out. That's a inflationary number. And lastly, Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking at 6:45 South African time. Now, nothing really out of the ordinary here. I don't expect these numbers to really shake and break the market, but just do know that they're coming out and be aware of them. Just a few points before we do our analysis on the charts. Euro USD finally finds a bottom for now. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. Canadian dollar and the oil moving higher. Okay, and let's see how further they could get stronger. Dow Jones continues to push higher. We'll take a look at that. Tesla gaps up on better than expected earnings. Let's see how much further it could go. And then the NASDAQ and Apple, okay, are higher. And the Amazon and Facebook look for a sharp sell-off, okay? Amazon looks like it's breaking apart. Facebook looks like it's going to break lower from 159. So let's take a look at the graphs and see what's been happening. So we finally look like we found a bottom for the Euro USD. 115.10 is that bottom, and then we finally bounced off of it. We're trading at 115.84 right here. Now, if you look at this, this was a previous support level, okay? So you're looking for some sort of either resistance or a breakout move here, and that's what I'd be looking to see if that actually fruites. So keep an eye on that later today. Otherwise, it could develop into an upside down head and shoulders. This would be the head, that would be one shoulder, and this would be the second shoulder, okay? And then that would actually break out on the upside. So take a look at that later today to see if that actually fruites. Something to keep in mind as that continues to trade later today. Now we're looking at the GBP USD. Also, looks like it's finally, hit that bottom. Yesterday, it held that line at 130.23, but then broke it. Now it looks like it's finally bouncing off. So, have we finished this? This little rally and this correction? I don't think so. Okay, that's something we have to take a look at, on the bigger picture to see if that will continue as the market continues to correct itself versus the dollar. Now, looking at the Aussie USD, big nosedive here from 72. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, and then finally bouncing. Okay, so everything is trading in tandem. So the dollar is truly getting stronger across the board, except for the Canadian dollar. Now we're jumping here to the Canadian dollar. As you can see, we gapped down here. Okay, the Canadian dollar got much stronger versus the US dollar at 128.73. So this has been really a nosedive, particularly because of oil and also because of this NAFTA deal that the US is finally, coming to terms with. So, we're trading at 128. The next real support level is really 127.5. Okay, so we still have a little bit way to go on the downside. Okay, if we continue to correct itself, just be aware. We may get that short squeeze later today, so that just be aware of that. Now, looking at oil, look at that breakout at 74.63 with a massive bar and a continued sharp move on the upside, and that kind of breaks our upside resistance that we had at 74.63. So we're at the highest from about 3 years already. Okay, so you got to go on a monthly chart to really see it, to take that into consideration. So the next real resistance level is 79.30. Okay, so we may see still a correctional move here on the downside after this massive rally. We have to wait for the oil inventories numbers to see that, but it's still been very strong. Okay, it hasn't continued its rally, but just be aware that it is very strong. I wouldn't look to really short this at any time soon. Looking at the Dow Jones, look at that, all-time highs, 26,848. Now, this thing is a monster, okay? The banks are pushing it higher. If it's not the banks, then it's the conglomerates. The U.S. economy is very healthy right now. So, when in doubt, just buy it. Okay, I hate to say that, but that's exactly what's been happening. You don't even have to think. You don't have to do analysis so much. Every time we sell off, we push it higher. Okay, and that seems to be the case here. However, looking at the Nasdaq, that's not the case. Okay, and we're looking at a December contract 76.64, and it's not breaking out higher. Okay, however, if we look at Apple, look at that, all-time highs for Apple on its dead highs on 229. And that looks like it wants to take it higher, okay? But keep an eye that it is making possibly a double top here, and I'd like to see it break out with some volume, with some consistency, and some follow through. Okay, that means that it needs to at least go to 233, 234-ish for this to really be a breakout. So, today I think it's going to be a deciding factor for that, if that's going to actually equate or not. Now, looking at Facebook, look at that, dead. Okay, the market is breaking out higher and Facebook is breaking out lower. It comes to tell you, Facebook is really weak. Okay, that is something that is, if it's really weak. Okay, we hit this 170 resistance level, never broke above it, and then we're right back at this bottom range here at 159. And you could bet your bottom dollar, if it does break this 159, then it's going to go back to the 150. And if it does break 150, then that means it could possibly go back to the 134-ish level. Okay, Facebook is facing, no pun intended, but it's facing a lot of, regulatory actions internationally, not just in the United States, partly because they control so much data. Now, looking at Amazon, it's the same story. Big sell-off there, 1969, and that's partially because, some retailers, online retailers, are, guiding lower, and people are a little bit concerned about the, Amazon guiding lower moving forward. So, that's the thing. When you get to these, levels, you have to have consistency. Okay, when you break out and, continuously break out over the past, look at this, over the past 2 decades. Okay, we're going back, you continuously break out and continuously break out. These correctional moves are quite natural. Okay, it does look like it's making a double top here, so that's not very encouraging, but that's something to keep an eye out as that continues to trade. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.